Have you ever felt a strange unease around certain people, even when they seem outwardly pleasant? It's not just your imagination. Sometimes people who appear charming and friendly can be hiding darker intentions. In this video, we'll explore 9 revealing signs that indicate you might be dealing with a bad person. These signs include everything from enjoying others' pain to displaying manipulative charm. It's crucial to recognize these red flags early on, as they can help you protect your emotional well-being and avoid harmful relationships. Watch until the end to learn how to identify these traits and what actions you can take to safeguard yourself from such negative influences. Your peace of mind and happiness are worth it. Don't miss out on these essential insights. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Pleasure in others' pain. Evil people derive a sick, twisted pleasure from witnessing others in distress. If you encounter someone who seems to revel in the suffering of others, whether by laughing or grinning when they see someone grappling with hardship, it's a glaring indication that you are dealing with an inherently malevolent individual. Such behavior starkly illustrates a profound absence of empathy and a chilling willingness to inflict harm for their gratification. Picture this: you're at work, overwhelmed and struggling under a mountain of tasks. Instead of offering a helping hand or a kind word, a coworker snickers at your misfortune, as if your distress is a source of amusement. Or imagine a so-called friend who, upon learning about a deeply personal issue you're facing, responds not with comfort, but with callous jokes and a lack of genuine concern. These reactions are not merely insensitive, they expose a core of cruelty and emotional coldness that is both disturbing and destructive. These individuals may not stop at just mocking your difficulties. They might intentionally stir up trouble, spread malicious gossip, or create conflicts, all to savor the chaos and distress they provoke. The pleasure they derive from seeing others suffer is both unsettling and profoundly damaging. They thrive on the turmoil they generate, feeding off the negative energy and emotional turmoil they inflict. It's crucial to recognize these telltale signs early on and take decisive steps to distance yourself from such toxic individuals. Your emotional health and well-being are invaluable, and shielding yourself from those who actively seek to harm or undermine your happiness is essential for maintaining your inner peace and overall happiness. Surround yourself with those who uplift and support you, and don't hesitate to sever ties with those who revel in your pain. Your life deserves to be filled with kindness, compassion, and respect, not with the callousness of those who find joy in others' suffering. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Number 2. Need to control your life. Evil people possess a deeply ingrained need for control that extends far beyond the ordinary. This compulsive drive manifests in their discomfort and even distress when they are unable to exert dominance over every facet of their lives and the lives of those around them. Their obsession with control is not just a minor quirk, but a pervasive trait that influences every interaction and relationship they engage in. They will stop at nothing to ensure that everything unfolds according to their specific desires, often resorting to manipulation and abuse of power if they encounter any resistance. Consider a scenario involving a boss who micromanages every minute detail of your work. This boss's behavior is not motivated by a genuine desire to provide guidance or ensure the quality of the work. Instead, it stems from a deep-seated need to maintain absolute control. Their incessant scrutiny and need to oversee every aspect of your tasks are driven by an obsession with dominance, rather than any constructive purpose. The result is an environment where your autonomy is stifled, and your ability to work independently is undermined. Similarly, think about a so-called friend who takes it upon themselves to dictate every aspect of your life. This individual insists on making decisions about where you go, what you do, and who you meet, completely disregarding your preferences and opinions. Their behavior reflects an unhealthy fixation on control that is both invasive and suffocating. This friend's actions are not just about making decisions, they are about asserting their will over your life, leaving no room for your autonomy or individuality. These individuals often go to great lengths to manipulate situations and reinforce their control. They may establish stringent, unreasonable rules or engage in emotional blackmail to maintain their grip on power. For instance, imagine a partner who incessantly monitors your every move, keeping a tight watch on where you are and who you are interacting with. This behavior is not driven by genuine concern or love, but is a manifestation of their need to dominate and control every aspect of their existence. Their invasive scrutiny is not only deeply annoying but can also be profoundly dangerous, as it encroaches on your freedom and privacy. The need for control exhibited by such individuals is not merely a nuisance, but a potentially harmful and oppressive force. They frequently use their power to manipulate and exploit others, leaving a wake of emotional distress and damage. It is crucial to recognize these toxic behaviors early on to protect your emotional health and independence. Establishing clear, firm boundaries and resisting their attempts to control your life is essential for reclaiming your autonomy and ensuring your well-being. When you encounter someone who exhibits these controlling tendencies, it is imperative to take proactive steps to distance yourself from them. Your freedom and mental health are precious and should not be sacrificed for the sake of accommodating someone else's compulsive need for control. By setting boundaries and asserting your autonomy, you can protect yourself from their manipulative behaviors and regain control over your own life. Remember, your right to make your own choices and live your life without undue interference is fundamental, and no one should have the power to erode that right through their domineering behavior. Number 3, feeling strange when you're around them. One of the most telling signs that you might be dealing with a truly problematic individual is the pervasive sense of unease you experience in their presence. This unsettling feeling can manifest in various ways: tiredness, restlessness, or an inexplicable discomfort that lingers no matter how hard you try to shake it off. Such feelings are often your instincts alerting you to a deeper, perhaps subconscious, warning that something is amiss. Imagine attending a family gathering where, while everyone else is engaged in lively conversation and enjoying themselves, there is one person whose mere presence seems to cast a shadow over the festivities. This individual may not engage in overtly harmful behavior or directly target you, yet their presence alone makes you feel tense and uneasy. The discomfort you feel isn't necessarily tied to specific actions, but rather a subtle, almost instinctive reaction to their negative energy or possibly malicious intentions. This unsettling sensation might be your body's way of signaling that there's something fundamentally wrong with this person, even if you can't immediately identify what it is. Consider a similar scenario in a professional setting. You have a coworker who, every time they come near you, causes a spike in your anxiety levels or leaves you feeling drained and exhausted. You might struggle to pinpoint exactly what's causing this reaction, as their behavior may appear normal or even polite on the surface. However, your body and mind seem to be reacting to an underlying sense of discomfort that defies logical explanation. This intuitive response can be an important indicator that something is off about this person or their intentions. It is crucial not to dismiss these feelings of unease. Often, our instincts are finely tuned to detect subtle cues and signals that our conscious mind might overlook. These instinctual reactions can serve as early warnings, helping us to avoid potentially harmful situations and protect our emotional well-being. If you consistently find yourself feeling uncomfortable around someone, it's essential to take these feelings seriously. They could be an indication of hidden motives or negative energy that could pose a threat to your peace of mind. By paying close attention to these instinctive signals and heeding them, you can better navigate your interactions and safeguard yourself from individuals who may not have your best interests at heart. Your emotional and mental health is paramount, and respecting your intuitive responses can be a powerful tool in maintaining your inner peace and avoiding unnecessary stress. Recognizing and addressing these discomforts is not just about managing your interactions with others, but about preserving your sense of safety and well-being in all aspects of your life. Number 4, lack of responsibility. Evil people have a disturbing propensity for evading responsibility for their actions. They rarely, if ever, acknowledge their mistakes or shortcomings. Instead, they consistently shift the blame onto others, creating a facade of innocence while reveling in their role as the perpetual victim. This pattern of behavior is not just a minor flaw, but a significant indicator of their toxic nature. Imagine working with a coworker who makes a critical error on a high-stakes project. Rather than owning up to their mistake and addressing it constructively, this person deflects all responsibility. They quickly shift the blame onto you or another team member, insisting that the fault lies with everyone except themselves. This maneuver not only fosters a hostile and dysfunctional work environment, but also leaves you feeling unjustly accused and frustrated. The constant deflection and blame shifting create an atmosphere of distrust and resentment, making it difficult for you to work effectively or feel valued. Consider a friend who frequently finds themselves in troubling situations. Instead of reflecting on their own decisions and acknowledging their role in these predicaments, they consistently blame external factors or other people. If they are late for a meeting, it's the fault of traffic or someone else's poor time management. When things go awry in their life, they never consider their actions but rather find scapegoats to bear the burden of their failures. This tendency to externalize blame reveals a deep-seated inability to accept responsibility and a chronic habit of playing the victim. These individuals are also adept at manipulating situations to make you feel guilty for their mistakes. They can turn any minor issue into a major problem, placing the blame squarely on your shoulders. This emotional manipulation is not just tiresome, it's profoundly damaging. Over time, it can erode your self-esteem and make you question your sense of reality and responsibility. You might find yourself apologizing for things that are not your fault, further reinforcing their pattern of blame shifting and victim playing. Recognizing these destructive behaviors is crucial for safeguarding your mental and emotional health. People who never take responsibility for their actions can ensnare you in a relentless cycle of guilt and manipulation. Their refusal to own their mistakes and their constant need to play the victim can undermine your confidence and drain your energy. It is essential to learn how to identify these toxic traits and establish firm boundaries to protect yourself. By distancing yourself from individuals who refuse to take responsibility, you can preserve your well-being and maintain a healthier, more balanced emotional state. Your self-worth should not be compromised by the manipulative behaviors of others, and your mental health deserves to be safeguarded from such detrimental influences. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Number 5, the bad habit of lying. Evil people exhibit a deeply entrenched habit of lying, often using deception as a tool for personal gain, entertainment, or manipulation. This constant dishonesty is not merely an occasional lapse, but a pervasive trait that underscores their true character. They lie not only to advance their interests, but also to create confusion, sow discord, and disrupt the harmony around them. Their deceit is a deliberate strategy to serve their needs and desires, regardless of the impact on others. Consider the scenario of working with a colleague who consistently fabricates stories about their achievements at work. This individual embellishes their role in successful projects, exaggerates their contributions, or even invents accomplishments that never happened. This kind of behavior is more than just harmless bragging. It reflects a deep-seated lack of integrity and respect for the truth. It undermines the trust within the team, distorts the reality of their contributions, and creates an atmosphere where genuine accomplishments are overshadowed by deceit. Such dishonesty not only disrespects the efforts of others, but also contributes to a toxic work environment where trust is eroded and collaboration becomes challenging. Similarly, imagine a friend who frequently makes excuses for their absences or failures. They might claim they missed your important event because they were unwell, only for you to later discover that they were out enjoying themselves elsewhere. This pattern of deceit is not just a minor breach of trust, but a significant betrayal that can deeply hurt and undermine the foundation of the friendship. It demonstrates a profound disrespect for your feelings and the value you place on honesty and transparency in your relationship. People who lie habitually are often adept at using their deceit to manipulate others and control situations to their advantage. For instance, a partner might lie about their feelings or intentions to manipulate you into believing things that align with their desires or goals. They may craft elaborate falsehoods to win arguments, gain an advantage in discussions, or maintain control over aspects of the relationship. This type of manipulation is not just about winning an argument, it's about creating a reality where their deceit becomes the norm and your trust is continually undermined. In addition to manipulating individuals, these deceitful people may also engage in spreading gossip or misinformation. They might intentionally create or propagate false narratives to incite conflicts among friends, family, or colleagues. Their goal is to watch the chaos unfold, enjoying the disruption and confusion they create. These lies may initially seem small or inconsequential, but over time they accumulate and erode the trust that is crucial for maintaining healthy and meaningful relationships. Repeated dishonesty, even when it concerns seemingly trivial matters, is a significant red flag. It signifies a fundamental lack of respect for you and your trust, revealing a willingness to sacrifice integrity and honesty for their benefit. When lying becomes a habitual part of someone's behavior, it undermines the very foundation of trust and credibility that is essential for any strong relationship. It creates a dynamic where you are constantly questioning the truth, doubting the intentions of the person, and struggling to maintain a genuine connection. Recognizing and confronting these patterns of deceit is crucial for preserving your emotional and mental well-being. It is important to address these behaviors head-on, set clear boundaries, and protect yourself from the damaging effects of constant dishonesty. If you find yourself repeatedly exposed to someone who has a persistent habit of lying, it is vital to assess the impact of their behavior on your life and relationships. Evaluate whether maintaining a connection with such an individual is beneficial, or if distancing yourself is necessary to safeguard your sense of trust and self-worth. Trust and honesty are the cornerstones of any meaningful relationship, and individuals who are continually deceitful cannot provide this essential foundation. By acknowledging the pervasive nature of their dishonesty and taking steps to distance yourself, you can preserve your integrity and ensure that your relationships are built on a solid, trustworthy foundation. Your emotional health and sense of self-respect are invaluable, and protecting them from the corrosive effects of constant deceit is essential for leading a fulfilling and authentic life. Number 6. Absence of remorse. Evil people often exhibit a chilling absence of remorse for their actions, a trait that reveals their true character and the depth of their moral deficiencies. They operate without a shred of guilt, no matter how profoundly their behavior impacts those around them. When confronted about their harmful actions, their response is not one of reflection or regret, but a calculated manipulation designed to distort reality and make you question your perceptions. Picture a colleague who, in a flagrant act of deceit, takes full credit for a project that was primarily your effort. When you address this theft, they display no genuine remorse. Instead, they craft an elaborate justification, claiming that their intervention was crucial to your success and that you wouldn't have achieved anything without their help. This manipulation is not merely an attempt to avoid blame, it's a deliberate tactic to belittle your contributions and reshape the narrative to suit their own needs. Their lack of remorse and ability to twist the truth to their advantage illustrates a profound disregard for honesty and fairness. Consider another scenario involving a friend who betrays your trust in a significant way. When you uncover their betrayal, instead of offering a heartfelt apology, they downplay the impact of their actions or suggest that you are overreacting. This dismissive attitude is not only unjust but also reveals a deep-seated lack of empathy. Their refusal to acknowledge the harm they've caused and their attempt to minimize the situation reflect a fundamental inability to understand or care about your feelings. They might make you feel like you're being unreasonable for expecting any form of accountability or apology, further compounding the betrayal. People who lack remorse are particularly dangerous because they operate without moral boundaries. Their absence of guilt or regret means they are capable of inflicting harm without hesitation or concern for the consequences. This emotional detachment allows them to manipulate others, avoid responsibility, and continue their harmful behavior with impunity. When dealing with such individuals, it becomes clear that you cannot alter their inherent lack of empathy or remorse. They are skilled at manipulating others' emotions, creating confusion, and evading the repercussions of their actions, which can be mentally and emotionally exhausting. It is crucial to recognize the signs of someone who shows no remorse and to take proactive steps to protect yourself from their influence. Establishing and maintaining a healthy distance from individuals who consistently demonstrate a lack of remorse is essential for preserving your emotional and mental well-being. Their behavior is a clear indicator that they may cause further harm without hesitation, and it is important to stay vigilant and safeguard yourself from their detrimental impact. Your peace of mind and emotional health are paramount, and protecting them from the corrosive effects of someone who lacks remorse is vital for a balanced and fulfilling life. By being aware of these signs and taking decisive action to distance yourself, you can shield yourself from the manipulative and harmful tactics of individuals who operate without any sense of guilt or moral accountability. Your well-being deserves to be prioritized, and recognizing the absence of remorse is a key step in ensuring that you maintain a healthy and respectful environment for yourself and those you care about. Number 7. Cruelty to animals. Evil people often exhibit a disturbing form of cruelty towards animals, deriving perverse pleasure from inflicting pain on these defenseless creatures. This behavior is not just a random act of violence, but a significant red flag that reveals their deep-seated lack of empathy and compassion. If you encounter someone who mistreats animals, whether it's a neighbor who harshly punishes their dog for barking, or a friend who finds entertainment in videos of animal abuse, this is a glaring indication of their morally reprehensible nature. Imagine living next to a person who routinely lashes out at their pet, striking it for the simple act of expressing itself, or who has a disturbing habit of making a game out of causing harm to animals. Such behaviors are deeply shocking and reveal a profound cruelty that extends beyond mere acts of violence. They signify an individual who not only lacks basic compassion but actively revels in the suffering of those who are unable to defend themselves. This type of cruelty is not an isolated trait, but a clear marker of a more pervasive moral deficiency. People who are cruel to animals often exhibit similar traits when interacting with humans. Their brutality towards animals is a reflection of their broader disregard for empathy and compassion. These individuals may view animals not as living beings with emotions and needs, but as mere objects or playthings. This dehumanizing perspective extends to their treatment of people, revealing a tendency to view others as instruments for their gratification, rather than as individuals deserving of respect and kindness. The lack of empathy demonstrated by such individuals is alarming and potentially dangerous. If they can justify cruelty towards animals, it stands to reason that their capacity for cruelty towards humans is equally concerning. Their behavior can manifest in various ways, from interpersonal manipulation and emotional abuse to more overt acts of harm. Recognizing these signs early is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring that you do not inadvertently support or condone their harmful actions. If you observe someone displaying cruelty towards animals, it's essential to acknowledge this as a significant indicator of their character. Their actions provide a window into their moral compass, and their cruelty likely extends to other areas of their life. Protecting yourself from such individuals involves more than just distancing yourself. It requires a commitment to upholding your ethical standards and advocating for the well-being of animals. Taking a stand against animal cruelty and rejecting the company of those who exhibit such behavior is an important step in maintaining your moral integrity. By being vigilant and proactive, you can safeguard both your values and contribute to a broader culture of compassion and respect for all living beings. Your awareness and actions not only help protect animals but also ensure that you are not complicit in the perpetuation of cruelty, fostering a more humane and ethical environment for everyone. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, Please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Number 8. Manipulation of others' emotions. Evil people frequently resort to emotional manipulation as a way to exert control over others, bending them to their will or sowing discord to serve their interests. They wield emotional manipulation like a weapon, using it to exploit vulnerabilities, create confusion, and steer people toward their agendas. This form of manipulation involves inducing feelings of guilt, anxiety, or fear to achieve their objectives, often at the expense of your mental and emotional well-being. Imagine encountering someone who regularly employs guilt-tripping tactics to coerce you into compliance. For instance, consider a friend who consistently makes you feel ashamed for not attending every single event they organize, despite your busy schedule or legitimate reasons for not being able to attend. This manipulative behavior is designed to erode your confidence, making you feel inadequate or selfish. By leveraging your guilt, they aim to control your actions and decisions, pushing you to prioritize their desires over your own needs. Another striking example involves a partner who thrives on creating a constant state of emotional turmoil and conflict. They may intentionally stoke drama to keep you in a perpetual state of instability, making you more reliant on them for emotional support. This might involve exploiting your insecurities and subtly shifting blame onto you for issues within the relationship, even when their behavior is clearly at fault. By keeping you emotionally off balance, they create a dynamic where you are left questioning your feelings and perceptions, thus maintaining control over you. Emotional manipulation is insidious and can deeply impact your mental health, leaving lasting scars on your emotional stability. Recognizing these manipulative tactics is essential for preserving your well-being. Such manipulation can be subtle and challenging to detect, as it often involves intricate psychological games and mind games that blur the lines between genuine affection and exploitation. To protect yourself from these toxic influences, it's crucial to develop a keen awareness of emotional manipulation tactics and establish firm boundaries. This means learning to identify when someone is trying to exploit your emotions and having the strength to assert your own needs and limits. Building resilience against emotional manipulation involves trusting your perceptions and feelings, rather than being swayed by the manipulative behaviors of others. Taking proactive steps to address and counteract emotional manipulation can help you safeguard your mental and emotional health. This might include seeking support from trusted friends or professionals who can provide an objective perspective and help you navigate these complex situations. By standing firm in your boundaries and prioritizing your emotional stability, you can protect yourself from the harmful effects of manipulative relationships and cultivate a healthier, more balanced life. Recognizing and rejecting emotional manipulation is vital for maintaining your integrity and ensuring that you are not unduly influenced by someone who seeks to control or exploit you for their gain. Number 9. Lack of respect for boundaries. Evil people often display a disturbing disregard for others' boundaries, encroaching on your privacy and autonomy without a shred of respect. They have a disconcerting habit of violating your space, either physically or emotionally, and pushing past limits you have set. This behavior is not merely a breach of etiquette, but a clear sign of their underlying malevolence and lack of respect for your rights. Consider the scenario of a colleague who consistently hovers over your shoulder, peering into your work without invitation. Their intrusive behavior might seem minor at first, but it's a persistent invasion of your personal space that undermines your sense of security. Or think of a friend who, despite your clear discomfort, continually presses for personal information that you're not ready to share. This disregard for your privacy is not only invasive but reveals a troubling lack of empathy and respect for your boundaries. Similarly, a partner who dismisses your need for alone time, constantly demanding your presence and attention, demonstrates a troubling pattern of entitlement and control. People who regularly disregard boundaries often do so because they feel an unfounded entitlement to invade your personal space or control aspects of your life. Their intrusive behavior may be driven by a desire to assert dominance or to manipulate your emotions. They might pressure you to reveal more than you are comfortable sharing or intrude into intimate areas of your life that you prefer to keep private. This lack of respect for personal boundaries can create a highly uncomfortable and potentially harmful environment. The key to protecting yourself from these invasive behaviors lies in recognizing them early and setting clear, firm boundaries. Establishing and communicating your limits is essential for safeguarding your privacy and emotional well-being. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not, you maintain your sense of self and ensure that your interactions with others remain respectful and appropriate. It's crucial to be assertive about your boundaries and to enforce them consistently. If you find yourself consistently dealing with someone who disregards your boundaries, it is important to address the issue directly. Communicate your concerns and assert your limits clearly, and if necessary, take steps to distance yourself from individuals who continue to violate your personal space. Protecting your boundaries is not just about preserving your comfort, but also about maintaining your dignity and self-respect. In dealing with such situations, remember that respecting personal boundaries is fundamental to healthy relationships and personal integrity. When you encounter someone who repeatedly disrespects your limits, it is a strong indicator of their true nature and their potential for further manipulation or harm. Prioritizing your well-being by establishing and maintaining boundaries is crucial for fostering positive, respectful relationships and for preserving your emotional and psychological health. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the unsettling traits of individuals who often exhibit harmful behaviors. From recognizing the signs of emotional manipulation and persistent lying to understanding the gravity of disregarding personal boundaries, it's crucial to stay vigilant and protect your well-being. These insights can help you navigate relationships more effectively and safeguard your emotional health. So what have you learned from this discussion? Is there a particular trait or behavior that stood out to you? Share in the comments below one thing you've learned and how you plan to incorporate this knowledge into your daily life. Your experiences and reflections can inspire others and contribute to a community of awareness and growth. If you found this video valuable, please leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Your support helps us continue to bring valuable insights and discussions to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.